A very good afternoon to you, and you're welcome here to Belfield GA grounds, of course the home of the Starlights Rapparees Club here in Enniscorthy in County Wexford, and it is for the TG4 LGFA All-Ireland Intermediate Football Championship Round 3 clash between the home side Wexford and Leitrim. My name is Killian Whelan, and between now and roughly I suppose around 3 o'clock we're bringing you the best of the action from this encounter, and I'm glad to say I'm joined by Meath great in Jenny Rispin joining us on commentary duty today. Jenny, good afternoon to you and welcome to our broadcast.
Thanks very much, Killian. It's great to be here. Sunny southeast for hopefully a good game of football as well between two teams. Where we won, I suppose, be looking to make good progress in the championship, and the other team, I suppose, looking to finish out their championship with a win as well. Yeah,
we're here now, I suppose, on the second weekend of June, and we're already thinking about concluding championships. But that's, I suppose, a lot of what way this, new structures are in place. For Leitrim, it's probably come to an end very, very quickly, hasn't it?
Yeah, you're looking at so for every group or for every team, there's different outlooks on the championship, and be targeting different games they can win, and probably Leitrim probably missed out on that opportunity early on in the championship. In a group of four, and a couple of narrow losses, to be disappointed with that. Obviously, probably had better aspirations for this championship to come closer to the group, I suppose the knockout stages as they have. But look, they won their Connacht provincial championship, and they'll be looking to progress as well. Maybe look ahead to next year and have something to build on from there, and finish off the year with a win.
Yeah, they are of course Connacht champions, so that's probably a little bit then of a disappointment in the sense that on such a high coming out of the province, having defeated a Roscommon side that are obviously have been shooting lights out as well. To obviously, as I say, end up now bottom of this group.
Yeah, but it's probably testament to an open championship that you have everyone in a shout that if you haven't won your provincial championship, it doesn't mean that you're not going to be in the reckoning come the end. So it's a case for an open championship. You have a lot of teams still in with a shout, and it's something that Leitrim can take from their year, but it's I suppose led to nothing for them in the end.
Looking at Wexford, a side that were in a little bit of flux, I would imagine, last year, but they kind of pulled it all together, got to an All-Ireland final where they came up against a very strong Westmeath team. But credit to Lizzie Kent and her crew, they've kept on the upward trajectory, and they're back kind of in the hunt again.
Yeah, it's fantastic to see Wexford football still kind of keeping with things. They've I've kept an eye on them over the years as well, and they've always had good battles with Meath, who are now senior champions, and Wexford have gone toe to toe with them over the years, so they're never far away. But again, Lizzie Kent's doing great work there. There's obviously something, you can feel something building there in Wexford. They haven't I suppose blown anyone away just yet. They've just got over the line with a few wins, and that'll mean a lot to them as well today. So they'll be looking to build on that, I think, and see where they are for going forward in the championship, and see who comes out the other group as well.
Yeah, now looking at this, ultimately this group, you have Wexford are already through. It means nothing for Leitrim either, but I would imagine for both managements, there's still probably one to be looking at some of their players and maybe some of the other panel members, an opportunity maybe to be Leitrim obviously keeping an eye on next year and so forth, but for Lizzie obviously trying to identify players that could be useful come the knockout stages.
Yeah, look, football today is a squad game, and you have a lot of players given the same dedication week in, week out as those at either end of the panel. So you can look at it two ways. Maybe she wants to keep momentum and keep building from where they've come from, but at the same time trying out a few new players and keeping the squad morale very high as well. So that'll be important for Lizzie, I'm sure, from a Wexford point of view. So it depends how, maybe they want to try a few new things as well today, and look for the next round. It could be with a view of I think it's at Laois and Tyrone as well, so they could be trying out maybe a tactic there as well. So plenty to work on. I'm sure that you said there's nothing to play for with any team, but when you play for your county, in Leitrim's case, they'll want to be trying their best today to win, but of course from Wexford's point of view, they'll be looking to get to keep the winning momentum and bring that into the rest of the championship.
Yeah, the views there of Jenny Rispin, who will be on commentary duty with me. We will be keeping an eye on that Laois Tyrone game, because the losers of that game will play Wexford in the quarter final. That game throws in at MW Higher O'Moore Park at 2 o'clock. But we're underway here in the next few minutes. 1:15 throw in here for this encounter. The man in the middle, Kevin Phelan of Laois, rejoin us shortly for the action. And you're welcome back then here to the action, which is shortly about to get underway. It is, of course, the TG4 LGFA All-Ireland Intermediate Championship Group A Round 3 encounter between Wexford and Leitrim. We're a few minutes away. Kevin Phelan is the man in the middle, and there are a whole host of changes on both teams. But the big news that is coming out of the play here, and I don't know if we can pick her up on camera. She's involved there in kickouts and kicks and all sorts, and wearing number 30 on her back. You might recognise that player, and I'm sure Jenny, you recognise her as well. Mary Rose Kelly, back out of retirement, lines out and goals for Wexford.
It's incredible news, to be honest. You know, it's amazing to see her. She's a long time around the block. Would have played against her quite a few times, and I was probably lucky enough to play with her a couple of times with the Leinster setup. So a legend of the game, really, and it's particularly in Wexford. And great to see her back involved, and it just shows what Wexford mean business today. Yeah,
now she was down as a mentor. She's been involved with Lizzie Kent's crew, but they're obviously spotting something that they need, maybe with regards to their kickouts or whatever strategy is involved. And as I said, a lady that made her adult debut in 1996 is so the previous century, and here we are talking about her again.
Yeah, there's just too many players playing today that were even born that year. So I'd say with the knowledge and experience that Mary Rose will have and bring to this game, there's some things as you go on in your playing days, what you can maybe lack for in other ways, but you can make up for it. And goals is one of those positions you'll never lose. The attributes that you'll have and what you gain and experience and a calm head, talking to the players in front of you, the whole thing that brings to a whole team. And thinking ladies football in particular, the goalkeeper is probably the most important position. So it's obviously something that Wexford wanted to address, and Mary Rose feels that she can bring something to this team. Yeah,
a lady, of course, that has experience across multiple sports, so I'm sure she'll be calling on all of that, and she's joined her teammates now over on the far side for their warm-up. So she is the change in goal. Mary Rose Kelly then coming in for Sarah Merrigan, that was named in the programme. There's a change along most of the lines on the field, so bear with me. Wearing number 2 today will be, of course, dual star Sarah Harding-Kenny. She of Shelmalier. She'll be joined by her clubmate Shauna Murphy, who'll be wearing 3, and coming in wearing number 24 from the Ballyhole club is Niamh Cloak Rochford. She replaces Amy Walsh. In the half-back line there's one change as well. Aisling Halligan, of course, she also a dual star from the Clonard Volunteers Club. She comes in wearing number 19 for Orla Keogh. Roisin Murphy, the captain, is of course a former winner of a junior football All-Ireland. She will be lining out at number 6, and alongside her, who also was victorious on that All-Ireland Junior Football Championship winning team in 2014, Clara Donnelly. At centre field, another legend of the game, 5-time All-Star nominee, former Kerry player, of course, well ensconced in Wexford now at this stage. Bernie Breen will line out in the middle of the field with dual star Ciara Banville from the Tamun Camross Club. Coming in wearing number 20 is Cathy O'Brien, she from the Adamstown Club. She joins her older sister Ellen on the half forward line. Cathy comes in for Serene Hamilton, and also in the half forward line there's a change, and Katrina Murray, another I suppose well ensconced member of this Wexford unit over the last few years, she comes in wearing number 22 for Tara Doyle. Ellen O'Brien, as we said, wears the 12, and there's another change then in the full forward line. Another veteran and a well experienced player on this Wexford team, Kelly Carney, she comes in wearing number 18 for Aoife Cullen, and along the line there as well in the other corner Amy Wilson, and at full forward Aisling Murphy. Leitrim making 4 changes. Michelle Monaghan will start in goal. It's Sinead Tighe in for Aveen Quinn wearing 17. It's Ailish Cornine of St. Francis wearing 3, and Mary Alice Maguire comes in for Siobhan McCartan. Mary Alice wearing number 18. The half forward line, half back line, should say, Charlene Tyrrell, Claire Owens the captain, and Carla Le Guin in the half backs. As you said, at centre field, Niamh Tighe has been replaced by Shaylin Ward wearing number 27, and she'll be joining Megan McGovern there in the centre. The half forward line is unchanged. It includes Laura O'Dowd, the current top scorer in the championship, Michelle Guckian, and Elise Bruin. And then in the full forward line, it's Roisin McHugh wearing 13, Leah Fox at full forward, and coming in wearing number 20 is Brona O'Rourke. She replaces Sioma Quinn of St. Bridget's. So Leitrim, as we know, very little play for. Will finish bottom, have lost to Wicklow, and Offaly are exempt from relegation because they are the Connacht champions. But for Wexford, well, they will finish top. They'll be keeping an eye on what's happening in Portlaoise. The loser of the Laois-Tyrone game will play Wexford in the quarter-final on the 26th. So ball is in, game is on, and it's Leitrim that gain possession with Leah Fox now looking to play it left-footed, but it's right down on top of centre back there for Wexford in Roisin Murphy, but she was fouled there as that ball came into her grasp, and it's going to be moved in by Wexford over here, the free taken. So Wexford looking to buy on from the fact, of course, they made to the Division 3 league final. They lost out in that. Leinster finalists as well, but are maintaining, as he said, a strong charge towards this All-Ireland Championship final again. Bernie Breen now releasing this ball backwards to Ellen O'Brien. Ellen, as he said, joined by her sister Kathy in the half-forward line, and it's a ball played across by Amy Wilson. The glorious sunny southeast, the sun coming out, as you can see, as Wexford go on the attack down towards the scoreboard in here to our right. The town of Enniscorthy and Vinegar Hill over to our left-hand side in the well-appointed pitch here at Belfield, the home of the Starlights Referees Club. And Wexford just a little bit just nonchalant with the pass there from Bernie Breen, and it's cut out by Leitrim. Leitrim, of course, were Connacht title winners, lost out in the Division 4 semi-final, and are looking to, I suppose, play for a bit of pride here. Nice ball played here towards Michelle Guckian. Guckian getting it back, and there's the opening score again from the top scorer in the championship so far. That was a good move, you'd have to say, Jenny, from Leitrim up the field.
Oh, that's pure football. It's a ball I love to see played into spaces, into the corners, little 1-2 with her teammate, and popping over the bar on the turn. It's just, that's lovely football. Wexford at the other end probably giving away a loose pass, so holding on to possession and trying to find the right gaps, but Leitrim held their ground there well and got the rewards at the other end. Yeah,
they have a Megan McGovern now looking to charge forward here. It'll be difficult making out those white numbers on the goal, but we'll do our best. Leah Fox now on this ball. Gets away from one of the Wexford players that come in and said they made a few wholesale changes, and Fox has gone for the return here. Good interchange of passes. Wexford now got to be wary at the back here, but it looks like Wexford have done enough and they come charging out with it here now. Interchange of passes. Ciara Banville getting that ball and releasing it, and is on the top of the move here now again as she crosses the halfway line as Bernie Breen if she wants, but elects to go left rather than right and play the ball over to the far side. Continuing a run there now, Clara Donnelly drops it behind her, but gets support and a shout from Ellen O'Brien. Ellen looking indoors, looking for a bit of a movement over inside forward line. She elects to use that as a bit of a decoy and go on her own run, but she's held up and it's a free in. And it's taken quickly, asking a little bit there of her teammate to be able to get to that ball, but again, a bit of a loose pass, and Leitrim looking to build out here on it. May have very little to play for, but Leitrim taking on this game here at the moment. Shailene Ward had played that ball to Roisin McHugh. It went backwards to Charlene Tyrrell, and over the far side of the field it goes out, asking an awful lot of Roisin McHugh to get to that ball, but it's been kept in play anyway, and McHugh is in here on the end of this if it comes off Cookie, and the ball is touched in, and Mary Rose Kelly has got to be there strong now to be able to get out. As we know, the big breaking news here out of Wexford is Mary Rose Kelly out of retirement and lining out here in this 2022 championship in goals for Wexford. Last played in 2019 as Kelly Carney got that ball on there to Amy Wilson, and Wilson drives that ball left footed. Not a great ball, but it might still work out. The hop might work for Aisling Murphy in there, being tracked all the way by Ailish Curnine, and ball hits the deck, recycled back here towards Ellen O'Brien. Here's a shout inside from Kelly Carney, but elects to hold on to it. Bernie Breen offering up as well, but she elects to go to Ciara Banville instead. The Jewel Star having a shot at the post, but that's going to drop to the keeper there. In fairness, Michelle Monaghan, she kept it alive and works the ball over the far side of the field, where centre back Claire Owens now is on the ball. Here's a shout inside from our teammate there, and well, it was overplay the ball. It's going to be a free for Wexford. Number 17, Sinead Tye there, guilty of overplaying that ball. The ball goes over Ty's head there as getting onto that ball now. Cathy O'Brien giving the ball off here now, and Wilson looking to get inside. Opportunity still presenting itself for Wexford, and it looks like there was an illegal hand there on the Wexford attacker, and it was an opportunity maybe for Katrina Murray. So as we said, Wexford 2021 intermediate finalists last year got to Croke Park. Unfortunately, didn't work out for them that day against Westmeath, who were quite strong, and there's not a great opportunity missed there from Katrina Murray. And really, Jenny, you'd feel that you should be able to kick it on your own side with your favourite foot.
Yeah.
Chance might work out here. Banville thinking of a scenario we saw in Croke Park yesterday evening of lobbing the goalkeeper, but in fairness, wasn't a great ball inside, and Michelle Monaghan was able to recover. But realistically, from a Wexford point of view, that free should have been taken. Yeah,
they're the ones you want to be taken at this stage of the game. You know, get off to a good start, in particular if you're taking frees as well. You want to get off to a good start, but look, she's another opportunity here now, and hopefully, so she can atone for that mistake there. Yeah, so maybe she got her measure the first time. Now, there is a breeze, and it's kind of coming across her back there. Katrina Murray just off her shoulder, and I think she got the measure. She got it this time. So maybe we won't be too harsh then with the first one. Six and a half minutes gone then, as you can see on the clock, and it's Bernie Breen winning that ball, giving it to Kelly Carney, looking to cut inside, but held up there by a couple of Leitrim players, but eventually it's moved to this side of the field. But in fairness, it's well read there by Elise Bruin, and she looking to set loose now her full forward Leah Fox, who's 65 metres out from goal, but she's using her skills to get inside there. Shauna Murphy will keep Shauna honest, obviously, and that ball worked out there somehow for Shaylin Ward, getting the ball inside now. Guckeen looking to go left and then right, gets a shout outside. Opportunity here maybe going to present itself for Megan McGovern, but the ball is blocked away. It's going to go for a 45. And I have to say, once Leitrim get beyond the halfway line, Jenny, there's a good bit of purpose in them. They're looking dangerous there, and possibly just no need for a solo there. I thought the opportunity was to kick straight away, and that taking the solo brought the opportunity for the Wexford player to come in and block out the ball. But Leitrim are looking very promising going forward, I have to say, and it's enjoyable to watch. And look, Michelle Guckeen, when she gets on the ball, she's making things happen. Yeah, she is of course the top scorer in the championship. Don't know whether that changed overnight. I do know it was up until yesterday anyway. I know the senior championship got underway, and it's an emergence of all them. But Michelle, anyway, with 111 to date, was at the time of going to print anyway the top scorer in the championship. Is Leitrim now showing a nice little bit of movement. Leah Fox looking to get on this, pulls with her right foot. The umpires like it. The ball's over the bar, and a well worked move. Fantastic score there, absolutely, yeah, it worked well. They really seem to gel together, these Leitrim forwards. They're making runs off the shoulder, and they know where everyone is at any particular time, and they're linking up really well. And Leitrim have turned over that kick out there, and an opportunity for Laura O'Dowd now to get inside, giving it back here to Leah Fox. Like the movement of Leah Fox, I have to say. Guckeen lets the ball get away from her and try to wrestle the ball away. Then as a bit of an attack come in there from Cathy O'Brien, and the kick out there has probably put a little bit of pressure on them here. So into the, you'd effectively say, the town end of the ground, the famed Vinegar Hill, just up over the shoulders of Michelle Guckeen, as she takes a shot at this and puts it over the bar. And Michelle Guckeen now has 2 points to her name with 9 minutes gone here. 3 points to 1 it is, Leitrim. Mary Rose Kelly then out to the middle it goes, and it's well read there by the Wexford defence. Good play by their number 24, Niamh Cloak Rochford, that burst onto that ball and eventually set Kelly Carney away, and now it's Bernie Breen. Breen looking to step inside. Breen, of course, social care assistant in the Camphill community here in Enniscorthy. Former Kerry legend, of course, that was driving 3 hours back and forth for training with Kerry, and then threw her lot in with Wexford a few years ago. But it's Leitrim that have turned that ball over, and it's down here towards the, I have to say, the impressive Leah Fox at the moment. Interchange of passing here now.
Mary Alice Maguire in there on the move. They're still there now. Guckian throwing the ball out here. Settling Fox this time. Puts the ball between the posts. And Leah Fox is seriously an impressive forward.
Absolutely making it. I have to say the football from Leitrim. They said the long ball. Yesterday I was at a game and I was worried the kick pass was going out of the game, but Leitrim are so far given an exhibition of between a lovely mix of kick passing and hand passing. Again, Wexford just forcing the hand pass. Now I don't know if the breeze is playing a part in it, but that's 3 very similar turnovers they've given inside the D area where they've looked for a hand pass and the space just isn't there, and they're maybe just trying to force it a little bit and giving the ball away, and Leitrim are punishing them at the other end as well. So they'll just want to maybe show a bit more patience with the pass when they get the ball down the other end.
Good showing there from Roisin Murphy, the captain, taking ownership of that kick out from Mary Rose Kelly to go down the field, but she overplayed it. I thought she was on the very, very tight to it, and again it's a turnover of sorts from a Leitrim point of view, and with the way Guckian and Fox are playing at the moment, they could work something here. And it is the aforementioned Leah Fox and Guckian linking up there. They must have heard me. Guckian going to have a shot off her left foot. There'll be some score if it goes over. No, it's just tailed out to the right and wide. That little quick movement between both of them probably deserved a score, but it is down as a wide against Michelle Guckian. Kick out not going well again. Here's an opportunity to chip lift it over Mary Rose Kelly. Instead, it is a ball that goes over the bar from Roisin McHugh. And, some of the scenarios here on the kickouts, they haven't just gone to hand, and that's resulted in a couple of scores now for Leitrim.
Yeah, that's a couple of turnovers in the kickouts there. I think that's so Wexford have won 3 so far, but Leitrim have turned over 2, and there's a third one there as well.
Here we go again now, and it's Fox looking to get inside. Ball is an opportunity. Fox going back for it. Went to volley it at the first time, straight into the midriff, I think, of the Wexford player there. I don't know whether it was the ball or the boot that she has succumbed to, but Kevin Phelan has called a halt. Went out for a 45. Maybe the ball back into Leah Fox wasn't the right one. Probably the shot should have been taken.
Yeah, it was a 50-50 ball there, and she probably just had to try and get something on it, and rather spectacularly. But maybe could have gone with the fist. I'm not sure, but went with the boot instead. And I think maybe the referee had to give a free out there for dangerous play.
So Kevin Phelan, has he sent Leah Fox for a little bit of time in the bin, has he? I think he has. We missed that there just as I was watching the injury. No, she allowed back in. Okay, I thought she was after being put in the sin bin, but
I'm not sure why she had to go off there, did she? She was standing on the sideline.
Yeah, she was told to go to stand on the sideline and then was allowed back in. But obviously the boot, probably the referee decided it was just a little bit dangerous, so he gave a free out to Wexford as Bernie Breen comes on this opportunity inside now, maybe here for Amy Wilson. Wilson, look at the charge. Or could she been given the advantage there, Jenny? He had blown the whistle though, I think.
I think to be fair, yeah, the whistle was well gone at that stage, but probably again a pass too many from Wexford. The opportunity was there maybe for the full forwards to take their own score, and giving the pass to somebody maybe not in a better position. So Wexford just not maybe gelling together in the forward line, but they'll be happy to take a free out of this and hopefully get on the board again.
Wexford only one score so far, and that came from Katrina Murray after she missed one. She got a second opportunity shortly after. That's the point that came after 7 minutes, and we have Amy Wilson now standing over this from the Castletown Lee Mellows club, and left footed puts the ball up and over the bar. Amy Wilson with that free, and that comes here after 14 minutes of play. And it's 5 points to 2 though. The visitors lead. Points for Michelle Guckian with 2. Leah Fox has 2, and Roisin McHugh has 1. Ball over towards the number 17, Sinead Ty. She's in for Aveen Quinn. Mary Alice Maguire started for Fawn McCartan. Shaylin Ward is in for Niamh Ty, and Bron O'Rourke in for Shima Quinn. As Leah Fox gets on this ball now, right footed, drives it with a bit of power, but it's well read there by Shauna Murphy, and she comes out with it now with Niamh Cloak Rochford giving this ball off, and it's Breen now looking to attack, and maybe due to Leitrim, what Leitrim have been doing to Wexford in counteracting very quickly. Breen held up though by the attentions there of Charlene Tyrrell. Looked like Leah Fox had won that ball back, but it's Wexford have gone strong on the dropping ball and have been able to win it back here. Amy Wilson gets a shout from Ciara Banville. Held up there though by Ty. Has to go backwards with it. Being marshalled here by Roisin McHugh. Got the last score for Leitrim. 5-2 on the scoreboard, quarter of an hour gone here in the Starlight Referees Club in Belfield, Enniscorthy, as Wilson plays that ball across. Well held on to there by Cathy O'Brien, comes all the way back out though. And if you're looking at Leitrim at the moment, 13 behind the ball, make that 14 now. And it's just Guckian that's been marshalled down at the far end of the field at the moment. Bernie Breen, an interchange of passes there. Could work out here now for Leitrim if they got people over. They've turned it over now and there's a break on here. Opportunity now, Roisin McHugh. They're a long way from home though to be able to get there, and it's a loose hand pass. Well turned over and well fought back there, you'd have to say, by the number 9, Ciara Banville, giving it off then to Ellen O'Brien. The Adamstown player gives it to Amy Wilson from the Castletowney Mellows Club just outside Gorey. Ball across then to the number 19. And that is Aisling Halligan, of course, from the Clonard Club, a dual player with Wexford Camogues, as well as this ball dropping in long on top of Murray. Murray has slipped inside. Opportunity 1-on-1. Good save back with Murray's hand. Shot again, and now it's in the back of the net. Unfortunate for Shell Monaghan, because that was a cracking stop.
That would have been some save, all right, if it came off. Just a pity it dribbled over the line in the end. But fantastic football by Wexford, caught brilliantly. The probably full back was out of position a little bit and allowed the Wexford players, probably didn't know or look when it landed in her chest, and said good finish for Wexford in the end.
A goal to the back of the net then from Wexford, and their back level in this game, probably just about deserving of it. But Leitrim have been probably the better team here in the opening quarter. Shell Monaghan, what a stop. Just unfortunate it fell back and our defenders weren't able to stop the follow-up shot then from Katrina Murray, as ball breaks in the middle, and Leah Fox is a serious little footballer, I have to say. Went to play that ball though a little bit just nonchalantly. Probably should have stepped outside the player a little bit, telegraphed it a little bit. Typical commentator's curse. Megan McGovern then on this ball from the Ballinamore Shauna Heslin's club is it over the far side now. Leitrim causing Wexford problems when they get that ball in hand. Guckian Dodd just drops it and it's picked up, and a good drive out here now by the Wexford defence, coming in numbers with Roisin Murphy, their captain, shrugging off the attentions there and has an advantage. There's that ball, but Kevin Phelan, Alex, that the advantage hadn't accrued, and it's going to be a call back to a free for Wexford, who, as he said, back in the game now with that goal. It just probably came against the run of play a little bit. Murphy playing it back here now to Breen. Murphy into Banville. Banville here in his shout now from Carney. Carney looking to look down along the wing, looking to get inside the attentions of Megan McGovern. Takes it for a run down the far side. Chip lifts it with her left foot in towards Aisling. Murphy has 2-4 to her name in the championship so far. Looks around the house, goes back out here to goal scorer Katrina Murray. Well held by Murray, in fairness. The Garda looking to get inside. Gives it in the chip to Clara Donnelly. Also a Garda as they try to link up here. And it was a good bit of play by Sarah Harding Kenny there. A lady that's had a very busy year on both the Camogie and ladies football fields. She drove in there, and it's going to be a free that Katrina Murray is going to take. And you just wonder, in a way, Jenny, 6 changes for Wexford, that's probably disrupted their momentum a little bit, and now they're only starting to get into the groove a bit. Yeah,
I think that's exactly what's happening. Instead of a few players probably playing together, haven't played together in a while, and just taking a while to find their feet. And you said even now we've another different, going between varying free takers here as well. But yeah, no. Look, probably against the run of play, Leitrim were probably playing a lot of the better football before that. I see Wexford playing a lot of the play in around the D here as well, very narrow in their attack. But so be glad to take their free here.
Interestingly, Katrina now has elected to put this ball on the ground, probably because of the wind, just off the D, strikes it off the ground. That's a lovely connection with that over the bar.
Lovely strike.
And Jenny, no disrespect, you don't see too many, women players in the game take the frees off the ground, but that's some connection.
Yeah, so there's 2 beautiful frees so far, and look, in the past there's plenty players able to do it, but just to find the consistency, and especially the top levels do it on a regular basis. Opportunity
inside now for young Cathy O'Brien, puts the ball up and over the bar, and good start from Cathy, and all of a sudden now Wexford just getting a foothold in this game, coming up on 20 minutes gone, and they've gone from being 4 points down at one stage to now lead by 2.
It's amazing what a goal can do as well for your confidence and get you back in the game, tails up, and Leitrim finding it hard to get a hand in this ball now.
Ball overruns it a little bit there, and Clara Donnelly put the body on the line to be able to flick that ball away from Charlene Tyrrell, and it's played down here by Murray, who's playing very well, Katrina Murray. Ball flicked inside here by Amy Wilson, could be helped now by the point scorer here, Cathy O'Brien. Back to Murray, and shout then from Carney thinking about popping it over with the right foot. Kelly Carney, she is some operator off the shoulder coming onto a breaking ball like that, and good score.
That was a wonderful move there again, putting pressure on Leitrim's kick out here as well. Some great runs off the shoulder from Wexford, and you can see them starting to move really well now.
Oh, Leitrim looked like they have the runner going in on the field there just to move things around. Opportunity to need to get the grips on, maybe getting their hands on the ball again, because now they find themselves down by a goal.
Yeah, it's very well that the goalkeeper has to take her time now, getting the balls from behind the goals, and slow this game down a bit, and maybe curb this Wexford tide coming at them a bit.
The only thing, I suppose, from a Leitrim point of view, is they do have that wind behind them. Looking at the flags on the pitch there, I don't know if Luke could be able to pick it up there shortly, but the breeze is coming from our right hand side down towards the goals on the left, which is where Leitrim are attacking. Michelle Monaghan now puts that ball up. Nice ball, and well taken by Charlene Tyrrell. Looked like she was fouled there, but Kevin Phelan eventually calls the free. Ball played forward now. Going to be taken on here by Megan McGovern. Here's a shout from her number 10, her clubmate, Laura O'Dowd. Laura keeps going now and gets a pop pass over the far side. Opportunity maybe for Brona O'Rourke now. Back out to McGovern. Leitrim building with this calmly now here at the moment. Ty looking to get involved. Plays a pass inside towards Shaylin Ward. Ward playing it back to McGovern. Patient build up from Leitrim, but Wexford are back there in numbers. But there's an opportunity to get inside here, cutting through. Here's Roisin McHugh, got the last score for Leitrim. Ball is in the hands now of one of the danger players. Gucky in, up and over the bar. Again, patient build up by Leitrim, and when they get inside the 45, are causing problems.
Yeah, and again, probably earlier on in that attack there was an opportunity for ball inside, and had Wexford on the hop, but Wexford got bodies back, but Leitrim was still able to get movers around the ball, and so that's the perfect football. Edge of the D there, Michelle McGuckin just on the move, off the shoulder. It's very hard to stop that. When you have somebody that can swing a point over from that angle, on the move from the edge of the D, there's very little you can do to stop it, and it's fantastic for Leitrim to have a player like that.
Yeah, well, Leitrim were 5 points to 1 up at one stage, and since their last score by Roisin McHugh in the 12th minute, Wexford got 1-4. Here's a quick move though, played by Elise Brune, playing in Brona O'Rourke. O'Rourke back to Guckian, shot from Shaylin Ward. It goes up good and high. Mary Rose Kelly though is going to allow a drift, and it's gone to the right and wide here. It remains then 1-5 to 6 points, and in case you are kind of going, is that commentator off his head there? Mary Rose Kelly, yeah, that is Mary Rose Kelly that's in goal. Luke might be able to zoom in on her. She's just coming out with the ball in hands there. Of course, a Wexford ladies football legend in her own right, and obviously a soccer player as well. But Mary Rose Kelly back out of retirement in goals today for the Wexford ladies football team. And well, that's probably going to be one of the big stories of the weekend if this game, essentially Jenny of course, and not going back over old news at this point, but this game means nothing for either team in lots of ways other than giving run-outs to players now at this stage. But the big story is obviously Mary Rose again. Yeah,
but look, we all love a good news story as well, and you love to see a legend coming back in the game. And so for Mary Rose, she'd love to top it off with a win. I said that's the most important thing for her, and I'm sure that's what she'd like to be, to see as the news. But yeah, look, we all like to see that, and in the game, love to see the stars continuing to in great form as well.
A kick out was well claimed by Roisin Murphy in a crowd of players, but Kevin Phelan saw a foul, and Michelle Guckian has an opportunity to put this ball over the bar and bring her tally further on here. Guckian puts this up on the wind and puts it over the bar. It's a good score, but Wexford now have just invited Leitrim back into the game.
Yeah,
5 to Wexford, 7 to Leitrim.
Leitrim aren't going away anyway, so good response there by Leitrim. In fairness, that's 2 points now after a goal and a point by Wexford to stay in this game. It's important for them before half time as well. 6 minutes to go here. That they want to stay this, but particularly with the breeze there as well. You want to get a few more points on the board before half time, I'd imagine.
Ball was well claimed by Sarah Harding-Kenny there from the kick out, and she won a free, and it's on the move now with Katrina Murray, who's a goal and 2 points to her name here in this game of the 1-5 for Wexford. Another lady who's got on the board is Cathy O'Brien, in today for Serene Hamilton. Gives the pass off here, and shout out in the middle from Kelly Carney, who's also on the scoreboard here for Wexford. Recycling the ball here now with Ellen O'Brien. The O'Brien sisters have linked up, and Ellen was looking to give it to Cathy there, but Cathy's path has been cut off by Charlene Tyrrell. Coming charging forward, Ciara Banville. Referee says that there was an illegal slap on Ciara Banville. It's going to be a free that Carney takes quickly, dropping it inside. Dangerous ball, might work out. Aisling Murphy looking to spin around with the shot, puts the ball over the bar, and she's brought her tally in this championship now on to 2-5. And referee is calling a penalty. Okay.
It's a very strange decision.
Well, I am assuming he blew the whistle before Aisling had put the ball over the bar. So anyway, that point doesn't count, just in case it's gone up on the board there. It's a penalty. So Kevin Phelan obviously felt that Aisling Murphy, in trying to take the turn for the shot for that point, was being fouled. So he's awarded a penalty. That Katrina Murray is going to step up against Michelle Monaghan. Now, Michelle Monaghan has already stopped the first time shot from Katrina Murray, but she failed then to keep out the rebound. No fault of her own when she was on the ground. So let's see how Michelle does against this. Moving along her line. Katrina Murray comes up to this shot, and good and high, top corner the ball goes. And Wexford, thanks to 2-2 now from Katrina Murray, find themselves 2-6-7 in front. And just trying to think in my mind's eye how much of a foul was committed there, Jenny.
I don't even know if there was much of a foul in my view. Now, he did indicate that there was a jersey pull. I just find it very strange, and it's something again with the advantage rule in ladies football. I'm not quite sure when it's to be used, or you know, like how far do you bring it back, or what's the end, supposed to be if there's a foul. The play went on there, and Wexford got a score, and I didn't hear the whistle. I don't know if you heard it, but I often feel when you don't hear the players complaining, when they were all at kind of 6s and 7s is what the decision was, so. But as far as I'm concerned, the advantage, if the whistle didn't go, we played advantage. Wexford got the score out of it. And unless the referee didn't think it was enough an advantage to get it free, to get a point, he gave the penalty instead. I don't know. I'd like to hear more on that.
Anyway, Aisling Murphy still has the score in this game, and Katrina Murray is the one that's made a difference. The lady is making a big difference all around the field, as Amy Wilson has turned over a few balls now at this point and sets free Ellen O'Brien over on the far side. Her movement has been held up there by Megan McGovern, but it's Murray who's been very, very busy in this game. Katrina Murray looking outside. Here's a shout from Roisin Murphy. Overcooked the pass a little bit, and Charlene Tyrrell now an opportunity here. There's a Leitrim player free if she can get her. She's all on her own, and that is young Brona O'Rourke looking to get free now. Ball is inside. Leitrim on the attack. Strong run here from Roisin McHugh that was in support. Purple and gold on the backward step, but here's Leah Fox now. Inside she goes, 20 metres out, 30 now. Low shot. Oh, it's just out to the bottom left. And that would have been a spectacular goal in lots of ways. The movement and the quick fire move by Leitrim, it deserved more.
It did, definitely. So it would have been a great response again by Leitrim to, set a goal at one end and get down and get a goal straight away. They would have deserved that. But the movement off the ball, the way they're attacking at pace, great support play. It definitely deserved something more at the end.
So it remains on the scoreboard, 2-5-7. The latest goal coming from the penalty spot. And that coming from Katrina Murray. 2-2 to her name now. Leitrim on the attack now again. Good strong purposeful run, and it's in towards Gucking. Gucking using her strength to hold off the attentions there. Murphy. Ball has moved on. Here's a chance now. O'Rourke just lets it by her a little bit. Ball has popped back in inside again. Gucking flicked another one. Fox, but the ball is blocked away. Leitrim are definitely hunting a goal here. Megan McGovern back out here towards Leah Fox. Fox spins well inside, outside of the right foot. Ball across the goal. It's not gone just yet. Now it is. And out to the left and wide.
Again, some brilliant football by Leitrim, movement through the hands. But Wexford just did well to get bodies on the line there to block it out. But again, great move by Leitrim, and they're sniffing for a goal here, I think.
Leitrim lost out in a high-scoring encounter with Wicklow by 3-10 to 3-9, and then lost to Offaly 3-11 to 1-10 as that ball is played inside. It's cut out again. Mary Alice Maguire was trying to get in, but Kevin Phelan I don't know what he's calling here now. Leah Fox is not happy with him anyway, and he's awarded a free, so
Didn't see what happened there either.
so taken by Niamh Cloak Rochford, and back then into the hands now it goes of Roisin Murphy, the captain. She shovels it on here for Harding Kenny, and eventually it's all a little bit too tight, but it's good strong play there by Aisling Halligan. Halligan overplays the ball, says the referee, and it's a chance for Leitrim now as we're in the whatever added time Kevin Phelan is going to play here. It's 2-5 to 7. 7 scores apiece and been fairly close, but the goals obviously telling the difference. First goal that was scored by Wexford was a rebounded effort after a fantastic stop by Michelle Monaghan. The second goal came from Katrina Murray at the penalty spot for a penalty we're unsure about here, but was awarded. And it does have Wexford with a 4-point advantage here. They were at one stage 4 points down. Lovely ball played forward, but it's asking an awful lot of Ty to be able to get to that ball. And it's going to be played out here by the Wexford defence. Foul on young Cathy O'Brien, and she's looking for some support here. Inside it goes, a little bit heavy, but Ciara Banville was able to get away from Leah Fox there and claim it into the middle. Charging forward now, Sarah Harding Kenny, close intricate passing by the Wexford girls coming out with this ball, and it's eventually now over here in the hands in a bit of space with her number 24 Niamh Cloak Rochford. On it goes to Bernie Breen. Breen about to have the shot, and he blows the full the whistle there, I should say, for a half-time break. And again, I thought maybe Bernie could have been allowed to finish that, but anyway, it is half-time has been called here, and it's Wexford at lead by 2-5 to 7. A bit of an anticlimactic end there to the first half after all that, but you'd have to say a fine half of football, Jenny.
It was really enjoyable, I have to say. It was a great game of football from both sides. Wexford slowly finding themselves into the game, but some fabulous football from Leitrim. Even right till the end there, so, from the whole way through there, long ball through the hands. They're mixing it up. They were trying to get a goal back there, just unlucky at a few balls blocked on the line, but. So it sets us up for a nice half. It's disappointing probably that second goal. It would have been nice if it's to keep it a tighter game, so that it's kind of opened a little bit of a gap there for Wexford, 2-5 to 7 points. But Wexford will be happy, I suppose, with their attack, the way they've come into the game. Katrina Murray, Aisling Murphy is causing trouble in there in the full forward line as well. So if they can get the ball into her, they'll definitely do some damage. But Leitrim will be happy. They're still in this game, despite conceding 2 goals. And there's a bit of a hill here as well. That will be a bit of an advantage, because imagine running up that hill we were talking about before the game. There's a definite dip towards this bottom corner here, but that'll be a little bit of advantage hopefully to Leitrim in the second half, the way they're moving the ball. Looking forward to the second half now, I think, and hopefully that both teams can stay in until the end.
Well, we'll see how it goes. The voice there of Meath ladies legend Jenny Rispin here joining us here on commentary for this TG4 LGFA All-Ireland Intermediate Championship Group A Round 3 encounter. It's a game that effectively means nothing to the table, because Wexford will be in a quarter-final on the 26th of June. They'll play the loser of the Laois and Tyrone game. That gets underway in Portlaoise at 2 o'clock for Leitrim. It's season over here. Won't be relegated, even though they're going to finish bottom of the group, because they are the Connacht champions. But they're still putting up a bit of a fight here, so interesting to see what Lizzie Kent has to say to her side at half time, because they're still going to have to keep working and grinding here. They lead though at half time by 2-5 to 7 points.
go. sensible.
And you're welcome back here to Belfield. As you said, the home of the Starlight Referees Club here in Enniscorthy. And it is Wexford who lead at half time, as you can see, by 2-5 to 7 points. Man in the middle is Kevin Phelan. 2 changes on Wexford. We see one definitely for Leitrim. Niamh Cloak Rochford is being replaced by Kieran Neville wearing number 21, and Anne Byrne wearing 23 is in for Cathy O'Brien. I also see number 23, Caroline Doherty from Kiltubbrid is in for Leitrim, as that ball is won by Michelle Guckian. Plays it across field, and it evades Roisin McHugh but makes it to Leah Fox. So just looking to identify shortly who Caroline Doherty is in for. ball in towards Guckin, kept the run going there. She's been tracked by Aisling Murphy, back towards Fox. Fox is jinking and jiving, will put it up on her left foot, dropping. Umpire, no, it's gone to the left and wide. Remaining then here 2-5 to 7 points. Leah Fox with that wide. All over the far side, the field then is in the hands of Shauna Murphy. On towards Kelly Carney, jinking and jiving around the attentions of Megan McGovern there. Back it goes to Halligan, into the middle then to Clara Donnelly. Clara making her way forward now and gives it to Katrina Murray, the top scorer for Wexford in this game with 2-2. Releasing the pass over on the far side, then it makes it all the way in towards Amy Wilson. Wilson looking to step inside, and Byrne thought about going for that ball, but she plays across her Sarah Harding Kenny there. Kenny lost kind of connection with it, and it's picked up by Sinead Tighe. She started the game, she wearing 17. Leitrim had announced 4 changes before the start. Wexford had made 6. Now Wexford have made 2 further changes, but they are replacing 2 players that, as you said, started the game. Also see number 26, Carmel McGovern, is in for Leitrim as well, as this ball is played forward. Slipped by the Leitrim number 23 there, Caroline Doherty, and getting inside now is Aisling Murphy. But no one to help her out, and the ball has been turned over. Good covering defence there by Leitrim.
Yeah, again, Aisling Murphy probably just took 1 or 2 more plays out of the ball than she had to, although, you know, Leitrim were closing her down early, and, you know, Leitrim did well to force the error. So that's quite a few turnovers from Leitrim actually in this game. I think it make it about 9 or 10, and a lot of them, said were forced turnovers as well. So Leitrim are working hard when they don't have the ball and turning it over, and hopefully, you know, start making it count.
Elise Broom probably telegraphed that a little bit, and it was blocked down by Roisin Murphy, and it's been turned over again and played on there by Shauna Murphy. Ball down towards Aisling Murphy. So all the Murphys linking up. Of course, the Murphys from Shelmalier and Aisling from Gussaran. And it's with Bernie Breen to Amy Wilson. Into the middle it goes then towards Ciara Banville from the famed Tamun Camross club. Katrina Murray lobbing this ball in. Aisling Murphy looking to get up and get her hands on it, but she's held off that ball there well by the number 23, Caroline Doherty. Doherty now on hands on the ball, giving it out here. And Leitrim looking to break out from the back with their centre back Claire Owens, the captain as well, as Leah Fox tried to play that ball on there. Murray missed out on it, but Roisin Murphy comes out, and I have to say, didn't see a whole lot wrong with that. But Megan McGovern is down on the ground. Yeah,
possibly more of an accidental collision, you know, so that the Leitrim player probably put herself in dangerous way there by going down awkwardly and just landed as well. But the referee happy to give a free, I think, for Leitrim here. They'd be happy to take it. A big gap opening up between the Leitrim kind of midfield or half back line and their forward line, and maybe struggling to get the ball up. Disappointed with a pass there, 50-50, and again put their own players in danger there of contact.
Now we got word at half time regarding the penalty as well, that Kevin Phelan said that he was allowing the advantage and then for the pull of the jersey, but consulted with his umpires, and even though the ball had gone over the bar and the keeper was getting ready to kick the ball out, it was just that consultation with the umpires that took the time, and eventually he awarded the penalty. That was the reason why, but that's a scenario that we're in. With regards to that penalty, we thought it might have been a bit harsh, especially after the point was scored, but call it back for that original pull anyway.
Yeah, I think you can, you know, so you have to give referees, I suppose, a little bit of credit that they'll see things differently. They're out on pitch level and will see things. So you have to, I suppose, give them the power that maybe they seen something we didn't see, and they can only call that as well. But
well, absolutely. When you have all the match officials hooked up and they're able to communicate with each other, it probably does take time then when you're looking to clarify a decision. And if you reach the right decision, well, then it's worth waiting for.
Absolutely, yeah, and it is good to see a referee talking to their umpires and including them in that conversation, and they're obviously closer to the action as well. So, look, I said maybe we didn't see everything as well, so you have to give the referee the benefit of the doubt there.
See Lizzie Kent making all sorts of gesticulations over on the far side, looking for just her covering players to make sure that they don't wander too far forward. Ciara Neville being one. I suppose you can be guilty when you're ahead in the game, and the game probably means little in a way that, look, we chase this a little bit, might get on the scoreboard here, which you don't do your first job probably.
Absolutely. So Wexford, so after making a couple of changes there as well, and they want to set good habits, and said maybe working a few plays as well, and a few things they do need to improve on, I think, in this half from the first half as well, and the ball through the hand in particular.
Ashley Murphy won that ball there, throwing it back out here. Wexford on a good purposeful attack here. Ball is back in the hands of their number 23 Anne Byrne, but it's blocked away and it's out here now towards Sinead Tighe. Tighe having to go back across her own goal. It's a dangerous enough scenario, and Ailish Curnine won't be overly happy. Maybe the pass that she got, but Kelly Carney gets in well there on that ball, looking to win it from Leah Fox. And definitely Wexford come out with a little bit more pep in the step here at the start of the second half, haven't they?
Definitely. I'd say Lizzie Kent, as you said, maybe had a few words with them at half time, and so there's people fighting for places here as well, in particular with the next round of championship coming, and you can see that in some of the players as well, trying to push things on a little bit here. So I don't think we have a score yet in the second half. Block there on
Ashley Murphy's attempted shot. Ball is being recycled. Plenty of purple and gold jerseys, and it's the shot in there from Anne Byrne over the bar. When Leitrim looked like they had everything done, Anne Byrne pops up and puts that over. She on as a second half substitution for Cathy O'Brien.
Yeah, Leitrim getting plenty of blocks in there, getting the body on the line. Should be happy to a degree, but just not getting that final ball away.
First score of the second half. Anyway, 2-6-7. Good kick up from Michelle Monaghan. Been impressed with her goalkeeping ability. Made a fine save after 17 minutes. Not a whole lot she could have done, but the follow-up rebound then, or the penalty, which was expertly taken by Katrina Murray to the top corner of the net. But of course, again, the big news, in case you missed it, is that Mary Rose Kelly back out of retirement for Wexford ladies, having retired in 2019, is back in nets here for the Wexford ladies as they prepare, of course, for a quarter-final on the 26th of this month, and that will be against the losers of the Laois Tyrone game, which is just underway in O'Moore Park. We'll make an effort to give you a score on that shortly, as this ball goes down into the corner now, and Ciara Banville looking to make up the ground there to deny Roisin McHugh the opportunity. And it's well played from a Wexford point of view that they were able to turn over that potential attack. Ball in here towards Murphy now, who's been, I have to say, very energetic, and now has one focus. She was out the field a lot in the first half, now a little bit closer to the goal. Plays a lovely dinky ball off her left foot towards Katrina Murray. Murray looking to jink left and right, back on her right. Her favourite foot, pulls it towards that post, but it's pulled out to the left and wide there for Katrina Murray. Her second wide of the game, and she still though has 2 goals and 2 points for her tally as well. Nothing wrong with that.
I think that's only a couple of wides as well in total in the game for Wexford. But noticed even so the noise levels around the pit place here as well. Wexford obviously looking to bring the intensity to the game, and you can even hear by the shouting and screaming at each other here, and they're trying to urge each other on a bit more as well. So I think Leitrim now want to get Michelle Gucking on the ball. She hasn't kind of got on the ball yet in the first half or the second half here yet. So I think it's important that they get her close to the goal here.
Good bit of movement here now, and here's Fox looking to get inside the attentions of Roisin Murphy. Ball is in the back of the net. Leah Fox took that very, very well in the end, and ball is in the back of the net. And again, Leitrim just going to show they didn't make the trip down to the sunny southeast for the sun or anything, and taking the battle at them here. Absolutely. So they're here to play football, and that's what they'll do. And so they won't go down without a fight, I think. Another free there. I'm going to make this count now again, so after a goal there, it's nice to be able to follow it up another point as well. Ball taken quickly by Curnine, looking to get inside to Gucking. Gucking looking to hold off the attentions. Pops a pass out here towards Roisin McHugh. Chance to level this game up, is it? Nearly. You should say put a point in it. 2-6 to 1-8. Good score there from a Leitrim point of view. And again, they made the most of the kick-out situation there for Wexford. And, a bit of purpose. And now it's a game on again. Yeah, it's probably a worrying aspect for Wexford, and something they'll have to work on for the next day. Quite a few kick-outs Leitrim have come away with, or put Wexford under pressure. So that's something that, so even for the rest of this game now, they'll have to work on. So Wexford on the attack here, a very open game, as you said, for a game that means nothing. It's a right encounter here as getting on to that. Clara Donnelly, the ball breaks away, and it's going to be the number 23, Caroline Doherty, throws it back to her goalkeeper there, Michelle Monaghan, and Monaghan plays a nice little dinky ball over towards Claire Owens. Ball is out then to the middle, where a good run by, you'd have to say, Sinead Tighe pointed in the direction she wanted it and went and won it. Ball back into the middle now. Leitrim out players over on this far side, and it's going to be picked up by Mary Alice Maguire. Started the game in place of Siobhan McCartan, and on comes Mary Alice then, getting a shout in the middle, but she elects to give it to substitute to come on at half time there, Carmen McGovern. Ball into the middle, referee says there was a foul committed and taken quickly by Leah Fox, wasting no time, but probably just, that was the time maybe to just take your time.
Yeah, disappointed there. Leitrim needed to make that attack count, especially winning the ball there high. So, giving a silly ball away, yes, it is. You have to take chances sometime, and but disappointed that it went straight to a Wexford player, and they're on the attack now. And so
Amy Wilson looking to get inside, off the upright, back out it comes, it bounces into a Leitrim hand. That ball, if that had gone to the back of the net, it nearly would have taken the net off it.
I see, feeling the vibrations of that up here. Absolutely spectacular shot. End to end stuff here so far. It's absolutely brilliant.
Bit of a shootout here, no question about it. As Leitrim come on the attack now again. As young McHugh looking around her, here's a shout backwards from Tyrrell, but she comes back out to the middle to the number 12, Elise Bruin. Gives it now to Fox, to McHugh. Nice little dinky ball across here now. Going to be taken on here by McGovern and Fox. McGovern now, ball is inside, 1-on-1 opportunity, great save. Have to say, rolling back the years, Mary Rose Kelly, one-handed, going one direction, kept the hand the other, and blocked that ball away. Great save.
Mary Rose special there, in fairness, yeah, but wonderful football by Leitrim to open up the Wexford defence. Some great football here, end-to-end stuff, as I said there before. Wexford again, or Leitrim would have loved to have got a score there to finish off that brilliant move, but Mary Rose had different ideas in the goal.
As he said, she might have been going in one direction, but she was able to hold on to that. And out come Wexford in. 2-6 to 1-8, as I said, for a game that means nothing. A right encounter here, and lovely movement as Clara Donnelly gets that ball and returns it towards Ellen O'Brien. O'Brien has a movement inside. Here's Murray now. One-on-one opportunity, maybe looking to sit back on her left foot. Ball the top corner. End-to-end stuff. It can go one way or the other, but Wexford, a lot of purpose down that wing there, Jenny, and well taken by Murray.
Yeah, Katrina showing how it should be done. So the Wexford missing it, or Leitrim missing it one end, Katrina goes up and bangs in the back of net. Katrina Murray absolutely on fire here for Wexford. It's be absolutely hammer blow to Leitrim at this stage in the game, but look, they're looking to go on the attack again.
Here they come again now. Murray is on a hat-trick of goals. Could she be about to get another one? Because she's just off the shoulder here. If Amy Wilson was to spot it, Kevin Phelan said it was a foul, and it's going to be a free in here.
Another free off the ground here.
Free off the ground, yeah. Going to be taken by... it's Amy Wilson with her left foot. Just to let you know, latest score, Laois and Tyrone. It's Laois 1-5, Tyrone 2 points. So if that was to stand, it would be Wexford and Tyrone in the quarter-final in 2 weeks. As Wilson connects with that very, very well. Great height, and I have to say, herself and Katrina Murray, great striking action off the ground.
Yeah, so there's plenty of conviction in those kicks as well. They're not even dropping, so there's plenty of distance in them as well. So it's a great skill to see perfected, and it's plenty of skillful players, I suppose, down in Wexford as well with the soccer. But it's, I suppose, something that the rule was brought in, of course, a couple of years ago with the point for the kick off the ground from the 45. Be interesting to see if any attempting that now in the next couple of years as well. It's one we mightn't see too many of, but I think it's something that I'd love to see in the ladies' game, and it's a great skill. There's a lot of chat about whether we take out the kick off the ground from the 45, but I think the more skills we can get in the game, the better.
Gucky and McHugh, here's a one-on-one situation. Oh, this could be a sack full of goals here at the moment. Leitrim again, I'm just looking though, all the numbers are back in purple and gold. This is the one problem Lizzie Kent will probably have, is that Leitrim were just able to pick the pass, to slalom their way through there, and that ball eventually knocked to the back of the net expertly by Laura O'Dowd.
Yeah, Leitrim are making it look easy. That's several times now. Only for Mary Rose the last time pulling off a brilliant save. Leitrim are walking through this Wexford defence, and that must be a concern for Wexford at this time. You say, looking at Tyrone in a couple of weeks potentially, Tyrone will punish that as well.
Yeah, that would be one thing that Lizzie Kent would be worried about. A game that means nothing, but conceding 2-8 so far wouldn't be ideal, as getting her hand on that ball is Eilish Cornine. And just looking at Katrina Murray, has been called ashore. She got a hat-trick. 3-2 then for her tally here of the 3-7 for Wexford. And that might be a little bit of a worry Lizzie might have as well, is that 3-2 came from Katrina Murray.
Yeah, so over-reliance maybe, is that what you're thinking? Yeah, absolutely. Well, so if you have someone on fire like that, you want to play on that, but in fairness, Ashley Murphy, that was causing plenty of problems in there, and they have other danger players, but I said I'd be more worried about their kick out and the defensive, coming from this game than that at the moment,
Yeah, that might be, as you said, a little bit of a worry, but maybe it just gets into players' heads. They know they have the game done, and there's all sorts of changes. Like ultimately, Wexford have made 6, and they changed 2 of those changes then at half time, and they've added in another one now at the moment for Katrina Murray, as Amy Wilson takes the shot off the ground, but she's pulled it to the right and wide this time. Remains on the scoreboard 3-7-2-8.
Yeah, look, there is the danger, they say in a game that, there's no meaning to it. But I mean, looking at this game here, the way, both teams are going at it, you wouldn't think it. But, you have to set good precedent, set good standards for yourself and individuals and as a team. And, so Wexford won't be happy with conceding 3 goals the way they have today.
Definitely impressed by one player on this Leitrim team, both teams, is Leah Fox. Really impressed by her movement and her reading of the game, and really likes to get involved. But this Leitrim team, I have to say, I feel for them a little bit that this game is petering out and means nothing to them, because they seem to be a better team than to be in the bottom of this table, don't they? As this opportunity goes forward, Monaghan is out though. She read that well, could have got through to Amy Wilson. Monaghan though loses possession of the ball, but their defence help her out. Be interesting now, Kevin Phelan. Michelle Monaghan is appealing. What did I do wrong? I don't think he did anything wrong, Michelle, in fairness. It's going to be a free out, but they look like they're a better team than their position, don't they? Leitrim.
Yeah, absolutely. A team you'd love to see in the mix of things at a quarter-final or semi-final stage. But as I said before, it just shows that the competition that is there in this intermediate. I think it's of all years, not all the time you have a team, maybe one team running away with it. But I think this year could be a really open championship for the intermediate grade. But it is disappointing to see they don't. So even if the likes of Michelle Guckey and Leah Fox, you said that we don't get to see them later on in the championship. And it probably is the disadvantage when you have a group of 3. As well, we were talking about before, and I said you want teams staying in the championship, getting more championship games as possible, and that's the disadvantage of having three team groups that one game, and they could be essentially out of the championship.
Vivian Egan is in on the Leitrim team. She was there in the last move. We just didn't get to mention it, but she was tackle off the ball there. Kieran Neville then won the subsequent free, and it was all being worked out by the Wexford defence, but then miscommunication of some sort anyway with Mary Rose and her defence has seen Leitrim now with an opportunity again to just put 1 point in it. And it's Michelle Guckin taps the ball over the bar, her first point of the second half, and it comes after 50 minutes, and it's 5 points on her tally there. It makes it 3-7-2-9, and Mary Rose Kelly plays a safer ball out, I suppose, to Clara Donnelly, who has to use some of her strength to be able to protect it, and she works it out well there. She's eventually hauled to the ground. Kevin Phelan, the man in the middle, calls halt on it, and he just explained to the Leitrim girl why he gave the free.
Yeah, better kick out that time, but they're getting in trouble with that second ball. So I said when they win the initial ball, it's getting it out and past the attacking side. So yeah, again, something Wexford will need to look on and improve on. Shauna
Murphy coming out with that ball, hit the deck. I think just fell over her own feet, and Leitrim looking to play that ball quickly, but the referee has decided to call a halt because I don't know whether Shauna buckled up in injury. She seems to have picked up a bit of a knock there. I don't think Leah Fox and Kevin Phelan are going to be exchanging Christmas cards, but looks of things. They've got to know each other quite well, haven't they, over the game?
Plenty of conversations, all right, yeah. They're having a good chat. I wonder if they're talking about the weather or maybe what's on Netflix now or something. Don't know.
Well,
they're not agreeing anyway.
She's questioned a fair few of his decisions anyway, as he allows the play to continue, but Shauna Murphy is down with a little bit of a lower leg injury there at the moment. Physio's tending to her as this ball is driven in now, looking to get Cookie. Oh, lovely catch by her. Ball is all laid off here, but it's shepherded away. But Kevin Phelan says that Cookie was being fouled, and I think she was. She somehow got the pass away to Vivian Egan, who's been in there on some of the balls there, and I have to say they're like the twin towers there, the two of them at the moment.
Oh, that was great to watch. It's kind of a bit of a throwback as well. You look at a traditional full forward sandwiched in between two defenders, and to come out with that ball was just incredible, Michelle Cooking, and well deserved there to draw that match for that kind of play there. And
it's a shame we're not going to see more of Michelle Cooking as well. Latest score, Tyrone are after bouncing back in that game now. It's 2-4 to 1-6, so they were 1-5 to 2 down at one stage, so amazing how quickly you can turn a few balls at the back of the net. Ball is kicked out by Mary Rose Kelly though, straight down on Laura O'Dowd, and Leitrim are not going away here. 3-7-2-10. Ball played across, and it's Eilish Cornine wearing number 3 on her back. She could have got the point there to put them ahead, but she's pulled it to the right and wide, and it remains level here with 8 minutes of normal time remaining.
Yeah, Eilish has been pushed out the field a bit from her usual full back position and playing with a bit more freedom around the middle of the pitch here, and was unlucky not to come away with a score there to put Leitrim ahead.
So, big change there in Portlaoise then, with Tyrone hitting the front. As opportunity then for Wexford with Anne Byrne. Giving it on here now to Chloe Fox. Chloe from the Clongeen Club, of course, a dual player playing the ball in. Referees calling it back for the advantage, and it's going to be a free in. Chloe, of course, who was involved in a scenario where she left the Camogie panel a few weeks ago, playing her trade then with the lady football team. Just gone level now in Portlaoise at 2-4 to 1-7. Jane Moore with the latest score there, but Tyrone with 1-3 in quick succession. That put them back in the contention there as that ball goes over the bar from that free. Roisin Murphy with that point.
Ellen O'Brien gone off there for Wexford.
So all sorts of changes going on now at the moment, and we have Wexford back in front up by a point, 3-8 to 2-10. Very similar for all the games Leitrim have played. They conceded 3-10 against Wicklow, 3-11 against Offaly. It's 3-8 here at the moment. So all similar kind of scores. Just in the rest of the intermediate championship, Roscommon leading Longford there 1-6 to 1-3. That's coming up towards half time. And but the game that's concerning here is that it's level Laois and Tyrone. And if that game was to finish level like it is at the moment, by my reading of the rule that I was given, it would be the team that scores the higher number of points would go through. So Laois would be the team that would top the group because they've got 7 points in comparison to Tyrone's 4. So that's, as I said, our understanding and reading of the rule. Plenty of other action on, of course, in the Junior Championship. Carlow winning well against Derry. They've got a real bounce from that victory over Fermanagh last weekend, Carlow, and are having a big lead over Derry there at the moment. Limerick are also leading against Antrim. We give you Roscommon leading Longford. We've Wexford and Leitrim here, and Fermanagh leading London in injury time there. So if Carlow are to win, they look like they're advancing as group winners. They defeat Derry there. They'll be very hard caught at this point as Bernie Breen trying to get on the scoreboard. Pulls that ball to the right and wide. 3-8 to 2-10. It remains. But again, still a lot to play for here. Ball out to the middle. And what I mean, a lot to play for. The points, obviously. I'm sure Wexford would like to go through into the quarter-finals undefeated. But Leitrim taking it up to him here now at the moment. It's a strong run from Elise Bruin. She's still going and it's going to be hard to catch her. Plays the ball inside to Gucking. Gucking takes one look at the post, looking to hold off, back into Bruin. Bruin is having to think about it. Back out to Fox. Fox off the top of the boot, up and over the bar. That was a strong run by Elise Bruin.
Oh, she really opened up. Had Wexford scrambling there. Michelle Gucking, looking. You can see the Leitrim players looking for Michelle every time, but Michelle just brilliantly brings other players around her into the game and just holds off her players and get the right pass at the right time.
So 1-8 to 2-5 in Portlaoise as they head towards half time. We're heading towards full time here in a game that, as he said, means very little, but you can't tell that to Leitrim because they're fighting for every ball, and that looked like it was a foul committed there on Michelle Gucking as she went for it. And Kevin Phelan, as he called a free, she was just looking to get in attention on it, and she looked like she was knocked off the ball there by, was it Ashing Halligan? Referee is calling the free in.
Could have gone either way there.
And a chance now for Leitrim to go in front, and when you can think that they were behind by 4 or 5 points at different occasions, they really have fought back, and now he's changed his mind.
I don't know whether that was with the help of the lines person or he initially signalled it away.
Was it fouled the ball on the ground? But
yeah, it was my initial thought, to be honest. Actually, I thought the Leitrim or the player fouled the Wexford player in that position there and went in with the boot maybe when the ball was down a bit low. So that was my initial reaction, and I was kind of confused when the ball went the other way. Anyway,
so Wexford playing the ball out. Oh, Halligan was living dangerously there and trying to get in and help her out. Clara Donnelly. It's down along the far side now. 3-8 Wexford. That is 17 points to 2-11, which is also 17 points. And Wexford somehow have been able to keep that ball alive with Chloe Fox releasing over on the far side. Chance for Wexford maybe to finish this off. Ball across the goal. It's over the bar. There was a bit of anger in that move from Wexford, I think, wasn't there?
I'm not sure who it was actually. The Wexford team kept the ball alive brilliantly there as they were falling to the ground, but kept the ball moving through the hands.
Chloe Fox, I think it was, diving full length. It was nearly like a scrum half.
Yeah, brilliant. And kept the ball moving for Wexford, because like that, when you get the ball on a team, you don't want to slow things down, and kept the moving brilliantly there.
And the ball eventually over the bar. Bernie Breen being replaced here. So Wexford go in front at 3-9 to 2-11. That ball was put over the bar by Serene Hamilton, who's just in. But it was, I have to say, if we catch it back at the video, Chloe Fox's diving pass. Watching the fun fair over across the way. Plenty of fun and fairing here in Starlight's Rapparees in the well-appointed ground at Belfield. I have to say, a lovely surface for a game of football. There was a hurling match on beforehand, and I imagine the grass is cut tight for the hurling match, but it's really added to the fair here, hasn't it, Jenny?
I said, I don't know where we get louder screams here. People watching people in the distance here have been flung around the place, but I have to say the excitement in this game is second to none. I'd rather be here now watching this, and it's the beautiful conditions for a game of football, and some beautiful football being played by both sides. And as I said, Leah Fox and Michelle Gucking, and I said you want to see more of these in the championship.
Ball inside, Gucking looking to get her hands on it, breaks away from her though. Referee foul committed. Looked like it was two girls just turned into one another. And at half time in Portlaoise, 1-9 to 2-5. So if that was to stay like that, Laois will top the group because they've scored 9 points. On the head-to-head, that's the rule that's there. So Laois would top the group. So it still would be Tyrone will play Wexford. So 1-9 to 2-5. It is in Portlaoise then. But here in Belfield, Wexford, we know, are already topping the group. It was before this game. Leitrim were always going to finish bottom because they couldn't catch either of Offaly or Wicklow. But getting in there, putting her body in the line was Clara Donnelly, and they just turned into each other then. I think Clara came off the worst, but she's taking her time now just to be sure. Because as we have on the scoreboard now, it's into whatever Kevin Phelan is allowing. 3-9 to 2-11. Sarah Harding-Kenny coming up with the ball now ahead of Fox, giving it off here towards Anne Byrne. Anne Byrne inside now. Continuing on, Chloe Fox. Chloe looking to step around the house, was fouled there by centre back Claire Owens, the captain of the Leitrim team. And it's going to be an opportunity here for Wexford to kick 3-10. And in all of their games, Leitrim have conceded over 3-10. 3-10, 3-11. It's now 3-9. Another 3-10 score coming up here with looks of things. As Aisling Murphy has a shot at the post. It's wide, yeah, because it just went off to the left-hand side.
Might have one more chance for Leitrim to get something out of this game. Have to make this kick-out count.
Yeah. So 2-11 they have on the scoreboard. Leitrim have fought for this game, there's no question about it. Even though it's their last game of the championship. Carnine playing that ball in, and fair play, you'd have to say. Leah Fox, she's been busy all game, out in front of her marker there, got down and won that ball, wins the free. Chance for Leitrim here. Very impressed by Leah Fox, I have to say. As the shot comes in, it's pulled across by Laura O'Dowd, who got that goal that pulled Leitrim right back into this game about 10 minutes ago. And for all of Fox's work there, Jenny, really that deserved a score, didn't it?
She's been a really standout player today, so all eyes are Michelle Gucky, getting the scores at one end, but as I say, busy around the middle of the field, picking up breaking ball, winning the dirty ball as well, 50-50, getting the body in. She's been brilliant to watch.
So
Leitrim still going for this. They're not giving up without a fight. So the easy thing to do would be to sit back, but they're fighting for this kick out.
Yeah, well, I have to say the 6 Leitrim forwards have caused the Wexford backs all sorts of hassle all the game. It's when they get out here then it opens up maybe a bit more for Wexford. And Sarah Harding-Kenny has been one of the stars of the second half here. Ball played on here by Tara Doyle, who's also in now. Looking to give it here to Aisling Murphy. Murphy with her right foot. Has she secured the victory? She has. The ball is over the bar. And you'd have to credit right up the middle. They came with that ball. The run by Sarah Harding-Kenny really then, once it got beyond the halfway line, they were working the score, weren't they?
Yeah, when Leitrim are pushing for the score, as you said, it opened things up at the back for them. You either go for it and you take the chance. And as you said, things opened up, and Wexford looking to finish this now on the up.
It's interesting though that obviously Lizzie Kent has had to bring in some of her starters last night. But there it is, done and dusted to secure the victory. They did it. Credit Leitrim. They had nothing to play for really in this game, only a bit of pride, and they really stuck it up to Wexford. But you'd have to credit Wexford then, when they were asked a few questions, they were still able to show the character to secure the victory.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a lot of things that Wexford will be working on, but they have to be happy that come away from a game like that. It's a lot of changes made even from the start of the game, throughout the game. Lizzie Kent obviously wanted to give players a run. As important, this was more important today than getting a strong victory. So Leitrim, I have to say, I really enjoyed watching them play. Some great football from both teams. It really opened up as a game, especially in that second half. Some whoppers of goals as well from both teams. But Wexford looking happy to get the job done, away with a win, and looking to move on to the next game.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like defeating Offaly, defeated Wicklow, Leitrim put up a good showing against them here today. But Lizzie Kent, probably the positive she takes from it is the fact that she was able to run an awful lot of her bench there. Like you're looking at players wearing 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 27, all getting game time here. So, that's an opportunity then that she's able to be aware then of some of those players as they head into the knockout stages.
Yeah, so look, who knows what's going to happen as you go into a championship. You're going to need these players as well, and you're going to need a panel of players and get, asking questions as well. And look, you don't want to be kind of risking injuries as well when your championship is, when you've needless games like that, and that's what can happen when you do that. So look, if that's what you want to get out of the game, I think that she'll be very happy. But I still would think that there's a lot of things they have to work on, in particular if they're playing against Tyrone. So they really need to work on the kick out. I know Mary Rose was great to see her back in the goals today, but it's a unit thing. it's not just looking at the goalkeeper in terms of kickouts. It's a back line that have to be working together. And I think that'll be a little bit of a worry as well, that Leitrim are able to turn over a lot of ball in that area and set up attacks from there. So that's something, Wexford will need to look at. But at the other end of the pitch, some great sparks there with Katrina Murray. Like it's Tara Doyle, one of their top scorers when you're coming on at the end of the game there. So, a lot of players showing up top, taking their score from their frees in particular as well. The 2 or 3 different free takers there today. But that's promising. So when the back's to the wall, you have to be able to take your frees, create opportunities when you get them.
Yeah, the views there of Meath ladies legend Jenny Rispin, who's joined us on commentary here today. We're not done with Jenny just yet. We're going to get some reaction from hopefully both camps at the end of this game, and maybe get a word as well from Mary Rose Kelly as to why she's thrown her lot back in nets again for another year here with the Wexford ladies. But do stay with us if you want to hear some of that reaction. But here for the moment, it is Wexford who've well, we knew they had qualified already for the quarterfinals, but they've done it in style ultimately, because they've gone 3 from 3. They've topped that table with 9 points. A victory here today against Leitrim by 3-10 to 2-11. Rejoin us shortly.
Invincible.
Okay, and you're welcome back here to Belfield. The man you see on camera is Hugh Donnelly, the Leitrim manager. Hugh, I was just saying to Jenny Rispin on commentary, you're probably a better team than where you've found yourselves ultimately bottom of the table in 3 losses.
Yeah, it's been very, very fine margins, to be honest. Going back to the Wicklow game and even last week, some of the decisions and some of our own mistakes. There's very little in it, but you could see the experience there. You could see that that they held the ball well there near the end, broke the tackles, drew us in, sucked us in, and then counteracted and got us on the counter attack. So. Yeah, look, it's the way football is, and there's very little in this competition in terms of, and there's very little between a lot of the teams. So, look, we fought hard, and a few mistakes early on in the first half maybe caused this. We had to chase the game then for periods, but yeah, look, it's disappointing, obviously.
What are the positives you take from the campaign overall? Obviously, as Connacht champions, it's something as well. The positives to build on for. I know we're talking about next year already, but they are the positives, surely.
Absolutely, and you're back-to-back Connacht winners, and the main thing is that we've held our own against a lot of the teams, and there is very, very little in it. And we've had some fantastic performances. It's easy to look at these performances today and nifs and buts, but we've also put together a lot of key performances throughout the year in terms of the Roscommon games and that. So look, I'm immensely proud of the girls. They've worked serious hard. So listen, it's unfortunate. It was a fair tight group to be in, and look, as I say, take out the basic mistakes and some of the errors that we made. The group would have been a hell of a lot closer. So
yeah, something to work on, though, Hugh.
Absolutely, yeah. We're looking forward to it. It's and you can only get experience from these games, and that's what we'll gain, and we will learn from it. And they're a good, honest bunch of cuddies in there, and they will learn from it, and that still hurts. When you lift that Connacht title, or the last thing you want to be doing is propping up the group. So it'll hurt them, and it'll take a little while, but look, we'll get at it again, and we'll go again.
Yeah, hopefully 2023 we'll be seeing you back challenging at the top again.
No bother.
Thanks indeed, Hugh Danley, the manager of the Leitrim crew, joining us here this afternoon. Lizzie Kent is coming into us now, just on camera here. Lizzie, we might fight for that a little bit, but you probably have a few things still to work on now ahead of the quarter final.
100%, yeah. We didn't really expect anything different. Obviously, I know the game maybe wasn't there wasn't points or whatnot up for stake at this stage, but as in we never expected Leitrim to come down here and not put in a performance and a battle. And like every time you get to go out and play championship games, that's what you're looking for. So yeah, look, we have plenty to work on, that is for sure. But as in we say that after every game we play, so we'll just look to go back to the drawing board, keep building for the quarterfinals.
You probably threw us all here a little bit as well with the announcement Mary Rose Kelly is back in goals. Your decision behind that, the reason for it?
Yeah, I know, just came in, had been doing well actually in training with us, had shown a little bit of element in relation to performance, so we looked at her just coming in, having a look to see how she got on, getting game time today. Obviously has been a stalwart of Wexford ladies football, so yeah, look, it's delighted to have her in and have a look today, just see how she get on.
Looking at it then as well, you got an opportunity to run. I think I would lose account maybe the changes, but you had 7 or 8 players that have obviously got a bit of game time. As you said, you're getting ready for, it'll be either Tyrone or Laois in 2 weeks' time. Obviously game time now that'll make your job a little bit harder in the next couple of weeks.
Absolutely, and I mean, I suppose we've talked a lot about our squad, as in, like, there's very little between a lot of the girls here within the group, and it's a credit to them. And I suppose every week that we go to train, we're looking to push each other as much as we possibly can. And look, it's a credit to the girls in relation to that. So there's girls every day we go out putting their hands up. So great to get minutes in. You can't beat championship minutes either, which is obviously hugely important. And yeah, again, looking forward now to the next 2 weeks.
Lizzie, I know we're still 3 games out now from definitely 2 from getting back to Croke Park. Finalists have been beside Wexford now. Your last 3 competitions you'll be in. Obviously it's there in the background, you want to go and win silverware, isn't that the ultimate target?
Oh yeah, I think everybody, that's exactly it. Yeah, we do. And look, we've got some great experiences from the finals that we've played even this year, and you've got, I suppose, you've got to get there first, which is the first part. We've a long way to go to even be talking about silverware at the minute, I suppose. But yeah, obviously ultimately that's where we'd like to get to and what we'd like to be achieving. But as in, we've a very tough battle in 2 weeks' time, so we're not looking any further than that.
Fair play, Lizzie, but a win is a win today, and 2 weeks now to prep for it.
Yeah, so looking forward to it. So we'll just reset, we'll have a little look at, obviously we'll go back on the game here now, we'll go back over our 3 games in relation to this period. Like, as I said, it's a really, really challenging championship, so we're delighted to be in this, be in this position and have that opportunity. And we'll just have to, we've plenty to tidy up on as well, which is always good. So we'll go back to the drawing board and back to the field this week, and look forward to 2 weeks' time.
Thanks indeed, Lizzie Kent. Thanks for joining us, Wexford ladies manager, looking at things. I'm just going to bring Jenny Rispin back in there as we take that mic off, and look, it's a scenario where obviously you can hear from Lizzie, doesn't know who she's going to be prepping for yet, but still, they're buoyed by that good form. They've gone 3 from 3 in their group. Yeah,
that's all you can ask for when you're going into a championship. Play what's in front of you and get the victories at the end. Now, they've conceded a high score in each of those games, and that is something that Lizzie will have to look at. But all you can do is that they outscore the opposition in each one and look to the next opposition. And as I said, we don't know who that is. It could be Tyrone, and they'll be a tough proposition coming down from senior last year. Yeah, because as you mentioned, rightfully during the commentary, you would be concerned by some of the scores that Wexford did concede, because on occasion, when that Leitrim forward unit got going, they did cause them problems. Yeah, now look, you don't want to take away credit from Leitrim. They're a fine scoring force, and they're unlucky to be going out of this championship as well so far at the moment. But so the way they got through Wexford at times, I said, yeah, it's a disjointed team, maybe a few changes coming in, but you'd be looking for that competitive edge. As you mentioned, they want to have players playing for places. They want to be pushing on to a semi-final or quarter-final at this stage, and so they have players, I say, pushing each other at training, and that's so really where the action happens is on the training pitch, people fighting for places. I think even Mary Kate, they're going to get a settled, or Mary Rose, sorry, that they get a settled goalkeeper in, they get a settled backline and build from there. Yeah, so now though, from your experience, this is where a championship gets going now. It's into the knockout stages. You really want to be in the stages where Wexford are now, don't you? Yeah, this is exactly where it's only kicking on now. So a lot of games. Now, like today, okay, it wasn't anything to play for, but as you said, on an individual level, for a lot of players, they had to put their name down on the sheet for the next day. And I'm sure there was a few, and give Lizzie something to think about. But you're really at the business end now. You're talking about the top teams in the county. They played a lot of games. Tyrone come out on top, or whether it's Laois, the other group, they've beaten everything that's in front of them as well, and you're really getting into the grid of it now. So you have to be ready to step up again. So what you've done before now almost goes out the window. You have to be ready to step up, and so it becomes a different level. Before we let you go, Jenny, you were at Meath and Monaghan yesterday. Thoughts on your own county and how they're progressing? Obviously, you have a big shoulder thing to carry now, being All-Ireland champions, and they're going to be a target for everybody. Yeah, you can definitely see there's a pressure on them now, and teams are treating them differently. And maybe, with the game yesterday, wasn't a great spectacle. Monaghan have their issues going on, and maybe at a different phase of their development. And they were looking maybe just to neutralise Meath as much as possible yesterday. And Meath found it tough at going at times as well to break that down, and that's what comes with being All-Ireland champions or one of the top teams now, that the teams will try and stop you playing as much as possible. So Meath have to try and counteract and find different ways around that, and so teams are treating them differently now. So look, again, yesterday was a game that had to get done and out of the way and move on to the next one, and Armagh will be a different proposition next weekend, and they'll be looking to build on that. I still don't think Meath have hit the heights of last year quite yet, but them slowly building and just eating away and just playing what's in front of them, and just doing enough to get over the line. But they have a bit to go yet, I think, in terms of reaching last year's heights. Well, we wait and see. There's still, as you said, a couple of group matches get out of the way, but as you said, maybe just time in the run is going to be all important as well, isn't it? Yeah, look, it's a long road. It's for a lot of players in all the championship this year, that you're trying to find it at the right time to peak, and you don't want to be peaking too soon and showing all your cards just yet to the opposition. So so maybe there was something in that today with Wexford. So I think it's time now, a couple of weeks for teams to get things right, and as I say, when you get to the business end, that you're hitting full speed then. Well, we wait and see how it progresses for the All-Ireland champions. Jenny Rispin, thanks indeed for joining me on commentary this afternoon. Hopefully we see a little bit more of Jenny over the next few weeks as well. We will be seeing a bit more of Wexford though, because they are in the quarterfinals on the 26th of June with their victory here this afternoon. Who will they be playing? Well, at the moment, scorelines suggest that it will be Tyrone, because Laois are leading by a couple of points. So that game due to be finished up in about 25 minutes at time. So Wexford and Tyrone potentially on the 26th of June, but here for the moment it is championship done and dusted for 2022 for Leitrim. They've succumbed to Wexford by 310 to 211. With my thanks to David and to Luke in the background and camera duty, to Jenny Rispin, who has been my analyst. I've been Killian Whelan. We'll talk to you again shortly.